All right, it's good to have you back, even as we continue on the press, as we begin to do the analysis of the major headline. Let me use this opportunity to welcome my guest, Richard Oriri. I like to call him Doctor. By the way, his doctorate is in view. So, Dr. Richard Oriri, you're welcome.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
All right.
Good morning, viewers.
And so this morning, if you followed me when we looked at the headlines, you would see that two issues really dominated the headlines. And the first one has to do with the tribunal affirming Senator Monday Okpebholo as the governor of Edo State. You know, they had been the matter had been at the tribunal, and the several parties, the PDP, the AA, and the AP, Accord Party, Action Alliance, and the People's Democratic Party, took APC candidate to court, and the verdict yesterday was that their cases do not hold water. They were unable to prove, according to the tribunal, they were unable to prove the case of overvoting and whatever other irregularities that they tried to point out. So while the Okpebholo camp is celebrating, the other camps, of course, you know, has become popular, as they sweet us, they pain them. And then so as the Okpebholo camp is rejoicing, these other camps are, of course, in bad spirit. That's to be expected. When there's a contest, there will always be a winner and a loser. But as much as possible, the best attitude is to have the no victor, no vanquished disposition, which probably prompted the governor to reach out with an olive branch to the other people. But the major contender, Ighodalo of the PDP, has said that he's rejecting the olive branch, he's rejecting the judgment, and is going on to contest it further at the appeal court. So that's where we are. Now, did you see this coming? Did you expect this outcome?
There's no how one will preempt the court.
All right.
What is there is that we were all waiting for this day to come. And the day is here before all of us. You know, in a judicial process, you cannot predict the outcome of any case at all before the judge. What is there is that in a legal battle like this, you must have to prepare yourself as a lawyer. Because if you are not prepared, law is like accounting. If you miss one number, there is no how you will get it right. Yeah. You can't get it right. And you must follow the due process. Now, the basis with which the court has tracked out the case of a PDP is because they say due to court jumping or something of court processes that were not followed or something like that.
Okay.
And again, if you look at it again from the other angle, you will see that it was said that the counsel to the PDP governorship candidate was not able to prove his case beyond reasonable doubt. You cannot just go to court and say you are going to get judgment except you have facts. The court work with what is before it.
Yeah, definitely.
And those things that will be before the court are the facts of the case. And if you cannot prove your case beyond that point, there is no how court is not a Father Christmas. You must go with your facts. And from the ruling yesterday, it was clear that the PDP lawyer could not execute his case beyond reasonable doubt. Most of the witnesses that stood before the court to testify, they could not come up with a fact. They were all saying a kind of a hearsay of a thing. There was a time I watched the proceeding. I watched the proceeding, and one of the witnesses was asked whether he was at the polling unit at the time of counting or counting of a vote. He said he was not at the polling. He was not at the polling unit. So how will you know what happened at the polling unit if you were not at the polling unit? Yeah. And the other one again is when he was asked whether he was at the local government or state collation center or something like that, and as an agent of a party, he wasn't there. Then what proof do you have? He has no proof. That is everything he was saying was about. They say this one. They say. You cannot go to court with they say. So I see maybe the PDP governorship candidate may have good case, but his lawyers were the one that punctured him. And if after the ruling now, if he go through the judgment and they study it very well and see that they still have avenue for appeal, then I will advise they can go for appeal. Possibly the appeal court may still reverse what the tribunal have said. Yeah. But if they see that they don't have facts before them, they have no means of going for appeal, the best thing to do is to just forgo. Yeah, and allow already he has clearly stated that they will be going to the appeal court. That one, in most cases, lawyers, until you push they will say, we will win this case. We win. It's not for your own benefit. It's to their own benefit. They are saying that for you to still continue oiling their account. And if the case is not going on, there's no how they will. The wheel of their this thing will be oiled, and if the wheel is not oiled, the egusi in their house will not miss. If egusi don't miss, children will not eat food.
So many times lawyers may even know that this case is bad. Yes. But just to promote their business and make money
or make name. Most of them they are out to seek for identity.
Exactly. To even say that they have appeared so many times.
That's why you see lawyers coming for pro bono and they're standing for criminals, non-criminals. Yes. Ordinarily, in a sane society, no lawyer should even go and stand
associated with
a non-lawyer, a non-criminal. Like the case of Evans, who is a known kidnapper, who have killed so many Nigerians in Lagos, terrorizing everywhere in Lagos State. When he was caught, taken to court, you see lawyers representing him, standing to defend him in court. So it's an embarrassment. It's an insult to us as a nation. If you see,
nobody are doing their job.
They are doing their job, but in the course of doing your job, you can equally go as a mediator between your client and his opponent to see that there's speed between the two of them. It's not every case you go to make money. You are there as a lawyer. It's a profession that you have vowed to do in the interest of your country and in the interest of your personal image as well. It's not every case you say, let's go to court, give me a lawyer, pay me service charge and all of that, then you go to court. When you know quite well that as you are going to hit the wall. It's not right. It's not the right thing to do. It's a good profession. Law is a good profession that everyone, in those days, when my father said, let's go and see, there was one lawyer Omaku in Otukpo. My father said, let's go and see lawyer Omaku in some of these traditional cases. I normally follow him, and once you mention lawyer, they have respect before the people. Yeah, serious respect.
Indeed, it's a noble profession.
But they have abused. Most lawyers have abused the profession. That so if you even mention it to your child, I want you to read law. They say, Daddy, I don't want to do law. Understand?
Yeah, it's a challenge, and I think it's a challenge even across professions in Nigeria. Several professions have really thrown their ethics to the dogs, and I do hope that I will receive national healing across all the sectors.
Simple.
Then let's go further concerning Okpebholo. At least it should have some. At least this is it's like winning round one.
The first team.
He has won round one.
The first team 1-0.
So at least he can have some level of confidence.
They still have two 2 more.
Because this case is likely to get to the Supreme Court.
To the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And that is mostly, that one comes from pride and ego. To say, I will challenge you to the end.
To the end.
Let the other person see that you know that you don't have money, and that is why you could not fight the fight.
So if you have money and you know that this is a wasteful
venture, pride and ego. Most cases is pride and ego. Look at check what happened in America. Is against their ethics, democratic ethics, for you as an opponent in a contest, electoral contest, to challenge the process, not just to challenge the process, the electoral process of America. Challenging it is
a lack of faith,
a lack of trust in the system.
Yes,
can dent your image. It almost cost Donald Trump his second return, because when Biden defeated him, he challenged the process. Everywhere he was speaking against the electoral process of America, that it was manipulated against him, and that almost cost him this second return to the White House. In Nigeria, any case that is not taken to court is no election. Any election at all, even local government, like in Benue State now, the local government election tribunal is sitting in Abuja. Local government election tribunal, they are sitting in Abuja. That one is a clear case of abuse of legal processes by the executive. It's an abuse of court processes by the executive. That was what took the matter to appeal court, to election petition tribunal.
What you are saying, sorry, doctor, what you are saying is that if you had the ears of Okpebholo, yes. Of Ighodalo,
yes,
you would advise him just leave this.
I will advise him to still prepare himself for the next election.
Okay, rather than
see what is going on in America now, from senatorial election, House of Representative election to presidential election. No case is in court anywhere in America. No case. They have all gone back to re-strategize. The way any area where they see that they can help the government, the present government, they assist the government for the country to grow, to move forward. Instead of that is why in Nigeria, especially in Africa, in Nigeria especially, we focus more on politics than governance. Now in America, they have moved on. Governance is what is going on now, not politics. There must be element of politics even in your governance process, but it cannot overshadow governance.
Yeah, I agree.
But politics here overshadow everything, and that is why we are stuck now presently.
That is why we are stuck.
We are stuck now presently.
In a rut, but we will get there by the grace of God, and if we do change our ways. So ordinarily, one would have expected that the olive branch extended to Ighodalo would have been accepted by him, but that's not the case. He has chosen to go ahead to the appeal court. But at least, whatever it is, this should buoy the confidence of Okpebholo to serve even better. What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, he went into the election to win.
To win.
And the people from all angles gave him the election. He was a senator. He went to contest for governor, and his people said, "You are doing well in the Senate, and we have seen you before to be somebody that can lead us." They gave him the power, because in democracy, as Americans said, power is not taken. Unlike what we see in Africa, in Nigeria, the power is taken. In America, power is given. And that's why when Joe Biden was confirmed by the Electoral College after his election, he said that in America, power is not taken, but power is given to politicians by the electorate through election. In such a situation, you will know very well that this power was not taken by me from the people. It was given to me on trust by the people. And for that reason,
putting responsibility.
And for that reason, that power as well must have a purpose. Purpose in the sense that you have to deliver on the right that have been submitted to you by the people. Because they willingly come together to submit their right to you. You are accountable. In every step you take, you should be accountable to them.
Yeah.
So, in Nigeria, to our politicians, power is taken. And that is why anywhere, even in occasion, public gathering, they will say it. Power is not given. Power is taken. So they use force, they can use talk, violently. They can use anything to take the power. And once they take the power from that direction, they have no reason to be accountable to you. Because they can still come back and still take it again from you violently. Any means they can take it from you. They have no reason to give you account because you gave them nothing to them. But in a democratic society, real democratic society where democracy is practiced, power is given.
All right, at this point, I want to extend the invitation to you to make your calls now. The number is on the screen, 08029938365. Let's have your take on this, and so that together we can put down the building blocks of the greater Nigeria that we also desire. I mean, this person has been waiting for so long, apparently. Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Well done, and good work for that, your guest and the topic on the screen.
Thank you so much.
My name is Ibrahim, and I'm calling from Edo State.
All right, you're welcome.
Honestly, I always love to see that your guest on the studio because he's an honest man in his explanation.
All right.
And he said the things at the right time. So I'm not taking you so long. The issue of court issue in Nigeria, not especially the electorate, the contestant and the electorate. The electorate are the people that vote for someone, and at the end of the day, if their vote did not count, then the person who is supposed to be at the top will have to run to the court. And then going to the court, thinking that the court is the solution, is the place where people look for their solutions to their problems. But at the court now, the lawyers and the judges, they have gone up together and done things to look somehow. Why? Because they will take the case from a year or two. At the end of the day, even if they confirm that this person is legally and is lawfully elected, and by association he is far way ahead of other persons, but because of the manipulation of the court and the lawyers, they will maneuver a way to confirm a victory over someone. I'm not saying that what happened in Edo is something, but I'm just because so many things have been happening like that. But the lawyers, because they have studied the constitution, and whereby somebody will commit a crime, and you knew that the person committed a crime, and then you stood by that person to make sure that that person gets freedom. And you knew that for him to be free is going to endanger the life of others out there. Then you stand there to interpret what is not there in order to convince the judge to confess victory or the innocent over that person who has committed a crime. So the lawyers need to come together to correct what has been going wrong by making sure that if somebody came to you that he has a problem and you will ask that person, is it true that you have done this? If the person said yes, please advise the person. Advise the person in the right channel and don't go and complicate things and, spoil the justice for taking its course. So this is justice because so many things have been going wrong in Nigeria. God bless you, God bless your guests, God bless Nigeria.
And you too. Thank you for calling. So he's agreeing with you that the lawyers have a whole lot to do to ensure that Nigeria gets better. I'm talking about our politics by ensuring that they maintain their ethics. That is just concurring with you.
They have to maintain their ethics. And from what he said, you will see very clearly. You see it very clearly that the lawyers the lawyers who go to court, who goes to stand before these judges to prosecute cases, they, like he said, it's like a court. They've ganged up against whoever is coming that they don't like either your face or you are not coming from the right direction. They connive, both the lawyers, your own lawyer and the judge. They connive to see how the case will not be in your favor. It's a gang up system. That is what he has said. And it is our system that have allowed such to be in place. And for the fact that the executive, who is the head, who is the one implementing most of our laws in the country, they have seen that no case, no election we do without reaching the court system. They have equally positioned themselves, positioned judges in court, because they are the one appointing judges that will at the end favor those in power. And if you are not in position of power, that you are part of those that have selected these judges to these various courts to play play the game according to your own dictate, then on the other hand, you will still not have judgment. So the best thing for us as citizens to do is, when you see that going to court will be a waste of time, the best thing for you to do is to re-strategize for another election. And if you are re-strategizing another election, that is why Nigerians are equally calling that, agitating that the INEC, the system, our electoral umpire, should be fair enough that Nigerians can have confidence in them. If Nigerians will have confidence in the electoral umpire, there will be no case, there will be no need for anyone to take in their matters to court after election. But in the manner that you don't have fair treatment from INEC in the process of the election, because they have their own electoral act, and even the court, the Nigerian constitution is equally there, guiding you, the candidate for election, even the INEC guiding all of you, and the INEC electoral act as well. Most cases they bend it to suit whoever they want to bring to power, because most of them, like what is happening now, you see that even most commissioners in INEC and even the chairman to me sometimes, they have people who are senators that are in power through their effort. They have House of Representative members who are in position today through their effort. Some of them have people that they are the one that make them to succeed with what is happening in the system. So we need total overhauling of the entire system for democracy to really be in place in Nigeria, for us to see that we are practicing democracy. Go to Singapore. Singapore, they don't practice liberal democracy. They follow their cultural norms. They call it a Confucianism. Confucianism emphasizes respect for other, social harmony among you as citizens. You have respect. Education, they take it very seriously. Hard work and education. You understand? So they deviate from Western ideology of democracy and design their own democracy in line with their cultural values. You understand? So that is what is going on in Singapore, and they are succeeding seriously. Even China, in the last 2 decades, China, they are even learning this type of democracy that they are blending modernization with totalitarianism. You know, because democracy is purely about modernization. Democracy cannot survive without modernization theory, ideology. So in Singapore and China, what they are doing, they are blending both modernization with totalitarianism. You get it? So we Africans, we have to go back to our own African, in the African traditional laws that we have. This harmony, hard work, is in our blood. Even when some of us grew up in the early 80s, we grew up to meet such in our communities. If you are a non-criminal, the community will distance itself from you. They can even banish you. Social harmony, value system, ethics, and norms of the society. You don't try then go close to it. And once we can go back to that our normal African traditional values. We have no need practicing this Western ideology.
All right, Richard, let's take this guy. So I'm sure the world is listening to your advocacy for a shift from democracy. Hello?
Total democracy. Modernization. Blending with your cultural values.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Udo Joseph calling from Abuja.
All right, Udo, let's hear you.
Yes, the studio is actually doing justice to the driving issues on ground.
All right.
Regarding our political environment. As a people, just like you said, as a people, we have lost our value and ethics. The current political trend we are having, the vehicle in which our leaders are being elected or selected per se. I wouldn't say that it is selected. It makes mention of the leader being accountable. The level of indiscipline we are having in our political setting today is quite alarming. Look at, for instance, how are they able to look at the banking system? How are they able to collect our data and they can give account of it? Why can't we vote directly the way we are using our ATM now to withdraw money? Why can't we vote that way and everybody to get to the central server and it can be published? With that is the best way we can get this thing right. It won't be manipulated, not something that somebody somewhere will sit tomorrow and announce something that is different from what was done at the polling center. And well, the political leaders we are having now, they have to keep their own way. Automatically, they will dictate. It will work based on their dictate. They will make sure that they install people in all various hands that will assist them, like the court. If it is the president that is bringing the chief judge or the state governor that is bringing the chief justice of the state, as the case may be, the chief justice of the state will work based on the dictate of the governor. So until we...
Oh no, sorry about that, Udo. I'm sure that you already actually made your point. And I quickly want to move to the second topic, but it doesn't stop you from making your contribution on this particular one. Just a day ago, or just yesterday, the president removed Mele Kolo Kyari, the former group managing director of the NNPC Limited, and they replaced him with Bashir Bayo Ojulari, and the board also was removed and replaced, and you now have as chairman somebody Kida. And so there have been all kinds of reactions, and we expect that you will be reacting, even as my analyst will be looking at it after this call. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Miles Lopra.
No.
Morning.
Uh-huh.
We are talking. Now, there's something I also believe that basically, religiously and scientifically. I never applied for a job during before or during the election. And during the tribunal case, you said they should bring the agent. And the agent is so money. Let's assume that the agent is will not be more than 10,000 or 2,000 for an agent. Now, the tribunal is sitting in Abuja. How will the agent pay transfer money from Edo to Abuja? Who is going to feed him? Which accommodation? So sometimes when I start getting how to present the whole thing, I start asking myself, how does carry this possible? But telling the agent to come at the number they have, based on what is necessary data. Now, what Nigerians do is that we should learn that spirit of sportsman
Thank you very much. You know, it's interesting how every party that wins hails the judiciary, every party that loses bashes the judiciary. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I want to speak in respect of this Edo Tribunal judgment.
Yes, please.
Okay. With all these judgments happening to gubernatorial elections and presidential elections, does it discourage election riggers or discourage them? Because it's very almost impossible to overturn any election now. So I want to know whether it encourages or discourages election riggers. Thank you, sir.
Well, I don't know who exactly this question is. That this situation where you have to go to court and all that, does it encourage election riggers?
It encourages it.
Because
it encourages it because it favors those in power.
Exactly.
It favors those in power. So those in power will encourage the rigging. Because if you are not satisfied with the rigging and you go to court, they know that they are already there waiting for you like a goalkeeper.
And so
if you shoot the ball, they will catch it.
So there's no shaking.
There's no shaking. So they will do everything to rig the election, because when you get aggrieved and you ventilate your grievances in court, they know that you are going nowhere.
All right.
So it's a problem. We are stuck, sincerely.
Hello. Hello. All right, let's go quickly to, we lost that. And let's go quickly to Dayo coming in as the GMD, the new GMD of NNPC Limited. For quite some time, there have been calls for the sack of Mele Kolo Kyari over some years. Several persons had said, but on the other hand, some other commentators had also said that Kyari gave a good account of himself on the seat. How do you read?
No matter the challenges Kyari may have faced, he has equally done some parts that is encouraging in the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. You know, he became a group, GMD group CEO of NNPC, and he's the first CEO of NNPCL in Nigeria
Limited. Yes.
He was appointed in 2019 by President Muhammadu Buhari, and coming on board again of our current president, he saw that he has to continue, and he has been doing it. And if you listen to me, I was expecting all of this to happen since,
right?
Like January 8th was his 60th birthday.
Which should ordinarily be the retirement point.
No, was his birthday.
Yes.
And the birthday message from the presidency clearly shows that his time was up. Because if you listen to what the presidency was saying about him, in fact, praising him, the areas where he has performed and all of that, how he has taken NNPC ACL from one level to another, but Nigerians are seeing him as somebody that have given them the worst management when it comes to NNPC, because in his time we have this subsidy remover, and as a group managing director who come from the poor, the Talakawas, on his birthday message, he told how he from Almajiri to rise into the rank of group managing director of NNPC in Nigeria. So it means he came from the Talakawa, and removing subsidy from NNPC, removing subsidy. He should know that it is the Talakawas that will feel it more than anybody. But he never advises the president. He never advises the president on the negative part of his policy.
You never can say. You never can say. Maybe it fell on deaf ears. Maybe the president.
Now, the other angle to the new management now is that him as a person, Kyari is not losing. his region. They are not losing. This is from the northwest, northeast. It's from the northeast. It's from Borno State.
Yes.
And the new chairman
is also
the new chairman, Alhaji Ahmed Kida, is from Borno State, northeast as well. You understand? Now the Kida, he has worked with F before. He has worked with Total Energy before. And this our other brother from Kwara State is from the North Central. Yeah. The two positions come from the north. The north is from the North Central. Kwara State, Dayo jewelry is from the North Central. And him himself, he has worked with F before. And two of them, they are alumnus of Okpebholo University. You understand? Yeah. So it's like a kind of court. Like what I am seeing now is, like in political science, we are saying that the elite, they are trying to capture the state capture, and now the capitalist, these two persons now coming on board to manage NNPC, they are from the capitalist society. They are from the capitalist society. They are not coming to better the life of Nigerians. Rather, they are coming to make more profit. And the president has given them tax that the production should be high.
Yes.
And everything they will be doing is how profit will be added.
Sure.
And if profit is being added, there must be increase in price and all of those things for them to make more profit. So Nigerians should not be clapping hands.
They should brace up.
Because it's not. It's not what we are thinking,
so
that we are seeing.
You think Nigerians should brace up for?
It's a new culture. The cartel in the oil industry, those who are in the business angle, romancing with Nigerian NNPC, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, they are now the ones taking over the entire system.
All right.
Taking over the entire system. They have taken it over from the poor people, from Nigerians.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, morning.
But I'm very grateful. I'm not happy for the case there. What he's saying. I'm hearing from him.
All right. And you will hear better, and the Nigerians and the world will hear you better if the volume of your TV is reduced.
Yes, now what I'm saying that I'm so glad to meet our brother in the studio there.
Yeah.
Because what he's saying is flowing him up. There's something which he said which I'm so much interested in concerning the governor of, I'm actually a Petition from Edo State.
Oh. Go on.
So I was interested for what he said concerning the governor of Edo State. You know that's what my brother said there is concerning the person who has given governors and other people to go to court.
Your TV volume is still too high. It's interfering with your own voice contribution.
Okay. So what I'm saying, they said that it's okay.
It's better.
It's better.
It's okay, man.
Yes, it's better. A lot better.
What I'm saying, they said that what my brother said in the studio there is that going to court is fact. There's no any help there. There's no any help there because I could remember when the governor of Imo State, as far as APC, they are waiting their time to go to court because people in the government here and all those lawyers have feel that most of them are APC because the way they are judging the case. I think most of them are APC because if they are not judging their case in the right way, for someone to be happy about it. Another thing again that you consider the governor of Imo State, he was fought in the position, but later he became a governor in Imo State. So that's nothing. If as my brother said there, going to court is a waste of time. Let's use that money and do another thing and prepare for another election, as my brother said. And another thing again, if you look at all those things where they're doing, cannot help us in this country. Like my brother, so said that this cannot help us in this country. I'm telling you honestly. So my advice for that person is to sit down and think back and start again and move forward. Forget about spending the money unnecessarily, giving the lawyers. Since Oneje,
go out from that case, but nothing again. We never had any good judgment at all.
All right then. So the followers of Richard are getting very many. So the Richardians are saying that. Are you saying that the court is no longer the hope? The judiciary is no longer the hope of the common man.
It's the hope. The judiciary remains the hope of the common man, but the management, it remains the last hope of the common man.
Yeah.
But those who manages the system now, those who manages the system, they have manipulated it in such a way that anyone that will not dance to their tune will not be appointed judges. Anyone that will not dance to their tune will not be appointed this and that to man some of these institutions. And that is the problem we are having. And even after giving you that opportunity to serve, the executive they are the one appointing judges. Go, you are the judge now. You are this judge. You are that judge. Affirming it. And the same legislators. There is no how you become the chief justice of a state without the state assembly confirming you. And there is no how you become the chief justice of the federation without the national assembly, especially the senate, affirming your position. That is the type of democracy we practice. Now the executive will have the power, the constitutional right to nominate you, and then submitting your name to the legislature, the national assembly, in the case of national assembly, the senate, to confirm you. So you are already tied with these two. You are tied to them. You have already been pronounced their stooge, except you use your wisdom not to be their stooge totally. You can use your wisdom. You can use diplomacy to see that you still practice the game in your professional line. But some people abandon the ethics of the profession and abandon the lack wisdom to manage those who have appointed them. So they do everything just to service them through eye service. You know, most people that serve the people in Nigeria, eye service becloud our sense of reasoning. You understand? So if not, how can even some people, if you assist somebody to become governor, you are now governor, the person that have assisted you is not there. Even if he's there, why can't you use your sense, your wisdom to manage that person who want you? You can just check it from wait. Hold on. I don't know where exactly you're going. Hold on. You can just check it from what is happening at the state level, where they say, God, for that reason, you make somebody to become governor, and you want the person to do things in your own way. The same way happening in the court as well.
Even if it's not to the benefit of the state.
Even if it is not to the benefit of the system, the person, that is the clique that have brought you. Now, as an individual who is occupying the position, you should have that sense, that wisdom. If you are really intelligent, you can have that wisdom to manage the person that are giving you this platform in the interest of the country, in the interest of the masses, the people that you have sworn to serve. You can manage the two. But if you don't have that wisdom, if you don't have that strategy, if you don't have that tactics, if you don't have that capacity to do it, you will see problem. And that is why even some people, once the governor of like Edo State, the chief justice of the state, the governors went through the state assembly that they should pass a vote of no confidence in him and then send it to him for him to sack him, which he did. You understand? Once they are not playing to your own dictate, the best thing you do next is to fire them. So we always try to see how they serve you instead of serving the people. That's the problem we are having here. We are stuck. Sincerely. We are
stuck. You have said that 3 times today. I hope that we will get unstuck. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Please, my name is Stephen Leia, calling from Edo State.
All right, go on, please.
Yes, because the man is saying that when you put in somebody, must you be able to control that person for the job well done or the position that you put the person? It's not fair, because in a situation like this, we need to help one another. Because you put me in a government, so the resources are coming into the government, that you want to control it. Now you put me for judiciary to become judges and rest of them. So you will control me for me to not to know my left and right. Is that what you are saying? To manage the person? It means that the judiciary is the last hope of all the politicians. Because for now, we are not trusting the judiciary again. Judiciary, common man will not trust judiciary.
So what is there is that, my brother, since you are still on, let me talk. See, I align myself with you. What I am saying is that if they put you, and the person who put you will be expecting that you should be servicing him or her, instead of servicing the people, the best thing for you to do is to use your wisdom, use your diplomacy to manage the two. You will not totally offend the person who have assisted you, but you will try as much as possible so that your interest will be 70-80% for the people.
And the interest of the people, right?
70-80% for the people. Then you manage to.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Because if you now install me as a governor, now all eyes and everybody is look upon me.
Yes.
Maybe 1 million naira is coming from Mutili. That 1 million naira, because you put me that you want to take 500,000. Then how can I be able to manage the remaining 500,000? Because you have told me.
That is where you use wisdom. That is where you use wisdom.
And the reason you that someone installed you there. Because you are not telling me that the 100,000 naira that is coming in, you will take 50,000, unless your boss will take 50,000, then you will take 50,000. How can you be able to manage the people in your state or the people you represent and the people in look at it, because we are the people that spoiling the situation of the country. Because now you are that you appoint me as a judge. As a judge now, I will be able to tell the truth of you that things that is right. I will tell it that.
All right, let's leave it here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
God bless you.
Amen. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Jos, Raymond.
Raymond, you're welcome this morning.
Hello.
Good morning this morning. Go ahead. Raymond, can you hear me?
Network.
Oh, no. We're having issues right now.
The Bayelsa caller wasn't getting me right.
All right.
He wasn't getting me right. Like he said, he gave example of 1 million naira.
Let's hear this. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is from Niger State.
You don't seem to be happy. Is the governor angry with you?
So many things angry. Yes.
Make your voice a little bit more audible, please. Thank you. Go on.
Just like the last caller said, and the anchor, the program coordinator. So just like you said, the last conversation said that the common mind Nigeria now has no people. Judiciary now is not in favor of a common man, not completely concerned. It's what you and myself and you know. And God fatalism, last call, God fatalism is what is the democracy of Nigeria now. It's what myself and you know. You can't make me a governor of the state. I want me to be answerable to you. What of the issue of the market that I am there representing? You only use the context and influence of making me the governor or a leader. But what is going to market me is the interest of the market of the guy. You can't just because you see the God, my godfather, and I should answer to your 100%. How unfair. But what I'm saying is just like the unfortunate was saying.
I really think that there's a problem. We lost him again, and before then you heard the noise coming from behind. Yeah, so you were trying to
what I was trying to clear with the Bayelsa caller is that I am not in support of one putting you in position, then trying to take everything from you and you don't have anything again to use for development.
Your government.
If 1 million naira comes, if the agreement you have with the person who make you governor which I will not be there. I've never been there before. If the agreement you enter with the person is to share the state money, if 5 million come and you say you should give me 2.5 million naira, you should use your wisdom, use your sense to tell him, Oga, yes, the 2.5 you said is good, but because of this water in this area, they need it. People need this, they need this. For that reason, I'll give you 700,000. Let me use this 1 million for this, 1 million for this road, 1 million for this health center and this also place. Another month will still come. We still have a long time. You use your wisdom. If you are not diplomatic, you are not qualified to be a leader. As a diplomat, you are always engaging your opponent with argument in the sense that you are there to defend your own side. What if you have someone who is overbearing, who is only interested in his own interest, and so when you say let's scale this down to 700, you say no, that's not our agreement. After all, agreement is agreement. Agreement is agreement, but there is no how the person will not have reasons, because like some of these governors who fighting their successors. Yes, in fighting them, they are just fighting their first tenure that they are doing it. The person who put you there will still be happy for you to continue with this arrangement for even 8 years. Yes, you get my point. So if you are not delivering on the mandate given to you by the people, there's no how they will still come to queue behind you, except both the person and yourself. You see the position, the power given to you to be taken, not to be given. If you are not seeing it that the position was given to you by the people, you will not look at that angle. But if you are seeing it that it was given to you and you have responsibility, it's your responsibility to be accountable. Yes. Then there's no how you will not come to this line of thought. And you will always be arguing with your principal. Sir, yes, I understand. This should be like this. Please, you can beg on behalf of the people. Where nobody is saying you are your principal, your own is to defend the people, not him. But the little, for you to just carry axe and say, I will kill you, no! And then going outside to say, he said we should share the state money and that is why we are fighting. When you enter into the agreement with him, don't you know that it was because of the sharing? All right. Incidentally, that's not what exactly we're talking about this morning. Hello? Hello? Is it easy to give somebody governor?
Hello?
Yes, please. It's like there's a problem. I don't know. Speak up, please.
My name is from Nasarawa State.
From Nasarawa State, okay. Go on. All right, and we have very few minutes more to go. I guess the system is acting up, making our callers to be unable to get across their own thoughts, and that's rather sad. But whatever it is, we have barely 5 minutes to go, and so you can still call in the next 1-2 minutes. So as far as you're concerned, do you expect? Okay, let's take this. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Am I on to KAFTAN?
Yes, you are on to KAFTANTV and on the press.
Okay, I'm happy with the analysis of the case this morning.
All right.
He has said the right thing and he has killed the nail at the head, just the way it is. Just as you said about this beneficiary of NNPC, his tax is long overdue. Because when President Tinubu assumed office, I was thinking that he will even be the first person to be sacked. So I don't know, he will still be in the office up to now before sacking him. And concerning the issue of this cost of the thing, I feel court is not the hope of the common man, just as they always say. Because the way it is now is like just as the guest has analyzed it, that those ones that put them in the office, they are answerable to them. They cannot do
in the favor of the common man to say the way it's supposed to be. They're always behind their principle that put them there. So it's only God that will help us in this country. So I see judiciary as not the hope of the common man, the way it is, because they are just there for their purpose. Good morning, sir. Good
morning. I really do think that shifting what we ought to do to God is shirking of responsibility. We have a responsibility to make this country what it ought to be by all changing our behavioral patterns. So just before we go, what would you 1, 2, 3 items send a memo now to Ojulari as to what you expect in the, as a citizen of Nigeria, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, what you expect in the petroleum sector?
What I expect first is for him to consider the masses far, far, far. The consideration of the masses should be far, far above his business consideration. He has been given the power. This power that was given to him is not by his strength. God gave him the power, and power is transient. As he assumed office yesterday, because the appointment starts on the 2nd immediately, he should know that it has an end. And when that end comes, what will be those things that the Nigerian people will see to remember him for? As Kerry left office for him now, what are those things that Nigerians are using now to remember Kerry? So those are things they should know. Nigeria as a country is in trouble. And the major trouble that is facing Nigeria now is coming from the oil sector. The moment that problem is resolved, every other problem, even transport problem, feeding, food crisis, everything, even hostel accommodation in schools and other things, everything will crash. So the best thing, if he should try to advise the government, despite his business angle as a capitalist, he should put the interest of Nigeria first above every other interest.
All right. So we have just barely 1 minute. I think we just need to begin to pack our load and go. So I believe that the minders of Ojulari have heard the memo. I've read the memo from Richard Oriri. It says prioritize national interest above personal interest. Prioritize and make your administration people-centered rather than any other narrow-minded purpose. And so also we have agreed, I hope so, that we need to do the right thing so that the judiciary will remain the last hope of the common man. Yeah, this is the point at which we take our leave, and I must say thank you to you, Dr. Richard Oriri.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you.
And I will always be available to be with you here
at all times. Okay, thank you for that promise. So for the many viewers who have said he has done very well, he will be available a lot more, so you can latch on to that opportunity to get fantastic analysis that resonates with your own perspectives. And so at this point, thank you very much, Bright, in the production team, Ima, and every one of you. Thank you so very much. And thanks, dear viewers. Stay tuned all the time to KAFTAN TV. And please do come back in the afternoon for the polity. I'll be right here again, and it will be a swell time. And right now, Dayo Omoogun is saying bye-bye.